Just as the old college prank of mooning supposedly comes back into style, we've got a full moon next week.
How convenient. They could do it by the light of the full moon on Wednesday. And it's the full moon in Taurus and Scorpio. So it's a very fixed sign, both of them. So whatever energies you experience, there's not going to be any middle ground. It's either all or nothing. So no matter where it is in your chart, it's all or nothing. So I think people need to know where they can expect that to be, because at the full moon, matters reach a conclusion that you've been working on for 2 weeks. So for Tauruses, it's about them. And the challenge for Taurus is because the sun is in their sign, but the moon is opposing their sign. And it means that partners are going to make demands on them, and they need to say yes to that, because the partners have been a little bit neglected over the last, month or so, because Tauruses have had other things going on with Mars in their sign.
Like taking care of grandbabies and stuff.
It's time to appease the partners a little bit this week for Tauruses. For Geminis, I got to tell you, I think this is one of the roughest full moons of the year for Geminis, which includes our president and the United States, because there are a lot of work and responsibilities that are going on. But Geminis find that they actually, I think they find out who their secret enemies are, who they thought was on their side, but turns out not so much to be on their side. And whoever it is that's holding the knife will be revealed for Geminis to see and then be able to deal with. For Cancers, this energy is in their 5th house of children, lovers, everything that's fun and entertaining and amusing and pleasing. And the 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives. So that tells me that Cancers get, with the help of their friends, to reach a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective with something either involving the love principle or a creative principle that you give birth to. Okay. That kind of a thing. For Leos, this is in the sun is in their 10th house of career and public standing. The moon is going to be in their 4th house of home. And again, it's more about the Leo feeling safe and secure at home and shoring up their resources at home is really where that energy is going to be focused on, and repairing, rehabilitating, spending a bunch of money, but making your home a much more secure place for you to operate out of, Leos.
All right.
For Virgos, it's in their 3rd house of day-to-day living. The pace of their day-to-day living is picking up, and they have got short-distance, short-duration travel in store for them that can then lead to longer-distance travel for them. So I hope that means we're going to the state finals.
Good luck. That's
my personal take on that. No kidding. For Libras, it is in their 2nd house of money and 8th house of other people's resources. Libras want to find, it's the things that they do at this full moon that will end up paying off financially in dividends for them in the fall. So they want to take a long view of what it is they're doing now and think that it may pay out in 6 months or so rather than immediately. For Scorpios, this full moon is in their sign, and it's all about the Scorpio getting what the Scorpio wants. And the Scorpio is going to be, they don't need anybody else's help to do it, even though people are going to offer. The Scorpio, and it's almost like the Scorpio wants to set the story straight one way or the other about what the Scorpio is interested in. And you've got to just get out of their way and let them do it.
Yeah.
For Sagittarians, this is a difficult full moon for them because the moon is in their 12th house of their own undoing, and it's about work and about responsibilities. And Sagittarians are big fans of procrastinating, and they cannot procrastinate anymore. There's some kind of work issue or job issue that they just need to go ahead and deal with it and address it directly instead of trying to skirt that particular issue. For Capricorns, it's in their 5th house of love affairs, children, sports, amusements, pleasures, anything fun on the Capricorn agenda. It's a good time. It's a very fertile time for Capricorns in every sense of the word, so they need to know that when they're doing things, that whatever it is that they're doing, be it a physical child or a child of their mind, is very likely to take on a life of its own. So be careful what you get into, Capricorns, because anything is going to be easier to get into than it is to get out of.
Okay.
For Aquarians, they really want to be sticking kind of close to home, but the universe is going to force them to deal with some kind of professional issues one way or the other. And they need to just, whatever it is the bosses want them to do, say, sure, I'll be happy to do that. Not say, I disagree or I have a different opinion. Just
do it.
This is the give the bosses what they say they want kind of energy, because they don't have the hammer. For Pisces, this is the laws on their side. Legal matters, educational matters, important matters at a distance go very favorably for the Pisces. And I always say, if you're going to beg for mercy, do it in person and do it on one knee is the thing you need to do. And be sincere when you're asking for that. But they should come away with a very favorable ruling for them. For Aries, it's about the money. It's about finding a way to capitalize or maximize an existing resource. It's not a matter of looking for new resources, but it's a matter of making the resources that you have already work for you. Instead of being passive, they want to be active with that. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac, with the full moon in Wednesday on the Taurus-Scorpio axis.
Thank you, my dear. Sounds good. We'll see you next week.
Always a pleasure.